Okay, so I went ahead and prepared many more. And just like here, I have my little knot on this side. I can go ahead and put it on either side. Just to balance it, I'll do it on the back. And I'm just going to continue this back stitch. You don't want to pull it too tight and get this to start gathering, so I want to make sure that the stitches I'm pulling evenly, so I have an even stitch length. Even stitch tension, I mean. I want to lay flat. So another reason we have our thread length pretty short is because every time we pull the needle with a thread and the thread is not moving through like we did our embroidery stitch, because it's anchored at one position, we are putting a little bit of stress on the thread here. And the longer that these two ends of thread are, the more likely it is to break right here at the head of the needle, which would then, you know, you would have to tie it off and create a whole new thread anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one more stitch and then knot it off. Just like before. That stitch is a little bit long, so I'm just going to go over it one more time. And we have our first curve. And we can test now our first set of stitches by going ahead and opening this up. I have these little black dots because remember I used a Sharpie so that we could see my marks really clearly, but there are no gaps in the stitching. Like there's no holes. It's holding together really nicely. The only place that it's a little wide is the one stitch that wasn't fully backstitched right here. So I could go ahead and go over this if I'd like. Knowing how this mask fits, if it's just that one and it's not more than 5 millimeters, you should be pretty fine. So that looks really good. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on this piece. So this piece, which is the B portion of our pattern, this is the inside, and then this, which is the A, is our outside. And I am just going to stitch along this line.